Thank you for joining us. And again, we have with us one of the stars of Platinum Search International. Yes, I repeat, one of the stars. Of course, we have been making stars in Antigua. And with us this evening, we have none other than Mr. Jackson Worrel. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Galston.
And thanks for joining us under the Platinum Search Spotlight again. And of course, he has an awesome song that he presented for the Platinum Search program. Kind of different, but quite inspirational, I thought. Quite interesting message. And of course, you are here to talk about your song with us this evening. Tell us where you started. How did you hear about the program, first of all?
First of all, I heard about the program over the phone, over the radio on Observer Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, and immediately I tried to get on board. Mm-hmm. So I do some investigations over the internet. Mm-hmm. And when I follow up, I was luckily to be, able to register because it was the last day of registration.
Oh, you came on as one of the last,
Yes,
the late entries?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right. And now that you've been a part of the program and stuff, give us a little feedback as to how you feel being a part of this program.
Well, first of all, I feel this program is quite special, reaching out and doing something positive for young artists and musicians in the country is something most of the governments and ministers overlook, Anything to do with youth development, they always say, yes, we're up to that, but I never see anything going positive or going along for youth development. So I think that's a positive thing Platinum Search is doing there, giving the artists an opportunity to start off in their musical career.
And where you are in terms of your benefits from the program. Tell us how much have you gained from the program since you started?
So I gain 100% benefits, because the program allow me to publish or produce a #1 song with video footage. It's my first time doing a video recording.
Oh, it's your first time?
Yes, sir. So
all right.
That was a great exposure and opportunity for me to promote myself, in the music.
Well, we say it all the time. Platinum Search International is all about creating a platform that young talented artists can have an outlet or find a place to be exposed, that everyone can see exactly what your talents are.
Yes.
Your song is quite interesting, I thought. The message is quite interesting. I listened to it over and over again. A little different, but yet quite inspirational, I thought.
Yes, sir.
Where did that song come from? Tell us a little about the inspiration behind the song.
Well, the song, what inspired me to do that song was Platinum Search in general, getting to know about the program. And I thought, well, best I write a song for it because I've been in the music for quite some time. Since school, I've been writing and trying to get into the industry. So when I see that opportunity arise, I decided to write a song on that matter. And it's basically talking about my experiences, and you definitely need a vision, to have a vision in anything you're doing in this time if you want to be successful. And there was a few other verses came through. What really inspired me is the racial situation that is going on in Hispaniola, where Haitians living in Santo Domingo for more than 2 and 3 generations is not being granted their rights to be a part of the nation of Santo Domingo. They're being oppressed racially. So when I recognize this thing is going on in this world today, then I start jotting down on pen and paper and try to sensitize the people of what's going on, right in our region. So it was good vibes,
We're talking to Mr. Jackson Worrel, and of course his experience, quite interesting presentation, the inspiration behind this song. Let us look at his video now, and I hope you enjoy. All right?
Now works have to go along. Feel the blessings, yeah, them in the sound. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing round, yeah. Jah works have to go along. Feel the blessings, yeah, them in the sound. Jah will keep turning round. Feel Feel a whirlwind blowing round, yeah. Rolling with a vision, rolling on a mission, yeah, out, aye. Rolling with a vision, rolling on a mission, yeah, I was rolling with a vision. From local and out national, making this regional to make it international. Meditate them lyrics to combine the musical. Now I come to jam them with the vocal. Calling the realms of the most higher inspiration. Try to them hills just to reach the institution. That will never let me down into tribulation. To inspire the nation, that's my mission. Touch the vision, rolling with a vision, rolling on a mission, yeah, out, aye. Rolling with a vision, rolling on a mission, yeah, I was rolling with a vision. From far, fresh and tar, yeah, I'm gonna promote the racial war for the segregation when they do unification. One voice, one in one vision. We say, Jaja surely show the right way to go, and in them good ways I choose to follow. Wherever I go, righteousness should follow. So listen up, get to use them things you should know. So this is only alarm. Listen what I want, what they can. Don't set the system to go down for this generation to burn down like Sodom. The spiritual togetherness, all unity done. Still some man bow down to the sun. Now means religion, I show the right way to turn. Not the table turn, see they get to you slim. What's for their concern? So I sing along now them. Jah wakes up to go along. Feel the blessings, hear them in the sound. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing round, yeah. Jah wakes up to go along. Feel the blessings, hear them in the sound. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing round. So rally out, let us sing them songs. I give my praises to the Almighty. One chant a verse, so I'm telling you chant one psalm. Like King David and King Solomon. Let the blessings them come along. Melodies they keep on flowing on. Inspiration keep pouring down. So rally on, let us song the bingy drums on the side. Rolling with a vision, rolling on a mission, yeah, all right. Rolling with a vision, rolling on a mission, yeah, I was rolling with a vision. Jah wakes up to go along. Feel the blessings, hear them in the sounds. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing round, yeah. Jah wakes up to go along. Feel the blessings, hear them in the sounds. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing round, yeah. Jah wakes up to go along. Feel the blessings, hear them in the sounds. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing round, yeah. Jah wakes up to go along. Feel the blessings, hear them in the sounds. Jah will keep turning round. Feel the whirlwind blowing.
Welcome back to the presentation, and of course we have with us Mr. Jackson Worrel. He's an entrant of the Platinum Search program, and of course quite an interesting presentation. Tell us a little about where you were raised, Mr. Worrel. Where are you from? Tell us a little about your background.
I'm originally from Dominica.
Ah, Dominica.
The nature island, as it is said, of the Caribbean.
All right.
And in particularly, I raised in Fonkole, in that region they call Fonkole. It's right off Hoodbridge Bay, you know. So
well, big up to all my Dominican friends watching. Huh?
Big up, you know, large up all the time, Fonkole massive.
I have quite a lot of Dominican friends, school people, I'm sure. Yes. The ladies, from what I've seen, were cultured to respect and take care of their families in a different way.
Most definitely.
And I must say this publicly, big up to all Dominican women, very cultured people. Now that you're here in Antigua, where here are you staying at the moment?
Presently, I reside in Hurwoods Village.
Okay.
Hurwoods Village, that's just after Belmont.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small developing community.
How long have you been living here in Antigua?
I've been living in Antigua for the past 5 years.
5 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow, and here you are representing Antigua in Platinum Search. In your country where you're from, what's different here to Dominica as far as you're concerned, living here for 5 years? Tell us a little of that transition.
Well, the lifestyle and the culture of the people, it's a little bit different in the sense of, we more dependent on the natural produce that we produce in the country.
All right.
And our excess, we have an excess amount of water and rivers. So, when you look at the natural foods and the healthy living, you can find a lot of that in Dominica. Don't get me wrong, you can have that kind of living in Antigua
No,
too,
we understand what
but
you're saying.
It's just a little more costly.
You depend on natural provisions,
Yeah,
per se.
yeah.
A lot of ground food.
And citrus.
Citrus. You don't do a lot of rice and imported
Yeah,
stuff.
and even the basic necessities like water, it's like nothing in Dominica. But in Antigua, everything it have that price on
That's
there.
all right. That's how it
Yeah,
is.
it's good.
If you were to change anything in the music industry in Antigua today, what exactly would you attack first? What would you look at first?
Whoa, making any changes in the music industry? I won't do too much because I would really like to get into the industry before I could really make a statement like that. But I would add this. I think they should give the younger artists a chance instead of brushing them aside, especially in the local or the shows that keep going on. You find a lot of foreign artists, Some are regional, some are international, but they're mostly foreign. I'll give the local musicians, especially the young ones, a chance so that they would go out there and we could get to know our artists.
So you
better.
don't feel Antigua is giving its local artists, young artists, enough
Yes,
chance to rise to be recognized?
Yes, sir, I think we could do much better than that in Antigua.
Okay, all right. We're speaking with Mr. Jackson Worrel. Of course, he's a Dominican living in Antigua, and of course, he's been here for quite a while, a couple of years, he said, and of course, he's quite an Antiguan himself, because he's now cultured as an Antiguan. Where do you go from here, Mr. Worrel? You've been living here, you understand the culture, you're very much into your music. Here's Platinum Search International. You're now a top 10 entrant. Where do you go from here?
Well, I just do my best to market the music and hopefully in the near future release something, a small compilation of my personal music and try to get it on the market in Antigua as a start.
As a start?
Yes, sir.
All right. And of course, have you been performing here at all?
Luckily, I was able to do one performance in Antigua over the past 5 years besides the karaoke
One
stuff.
within 5 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And that was last year, just before Carnival. That artist promised, no promises. He had a birthday bash and I was lucky to perform one song in that show. Yeah, I got a chance to do one song.
All right.
Luckily. I really appreciate, the experience and the exposure,
Well, I hope Platinum Search will open to Mr. Worrel numerous opportunities to perform. I think he's quite an act, and quite a clean one too. I think he has quite an act together. Thanks for joining us for this interview, and of course we look forward to seeing you moving on into new territories,
yes,
as a top 10 entrant of this program. We are here with Mr. Jackson Worrel. Of course, he's a top 10 entrant of the program, and of course quite an interesting, inspiring personality. We come right back.